In the words of one of the great orators of our time, being gay doesn't give you the right to be an ass and get away with it feeling sassy, is what commenter Darth Ismarin wanted to let me know. Thank you, Darth. I'll keep that in mind. Welcome to the JonnyCakes channel. Today we are making a mean comments cake. I think my skin's a little too thin for this one, but let's see. Maybe I'll be crying by the end of this video. Today we are taking mean tweets and turning them into a sweet treat. A 3-tiered hate comment cake. I'm gonna show you how to make a structurally sound tiered cake so that if you have a lot of mean comments that you wanna print out on edible paper and wrap around a cake, I wanna give you the skills to do that. No one's gonna do this, are they? That's okay, I did it, and that's all that matters. You might be wondering what this tape is for. I purchased it to put over the mouths of the people who left these nasty comments. Let's get started. Ow. I should also note I'm wearing a full Canadian tuxedo today. Denim on denim. So this outfit alone should get me some new mean comments. So the first step to this cake is just getting the structure down. I'm gonna tape down this cake board to my turntable, and then I'm gonna take another cake board that is smaller that I'm gonna tape to this cake board. A lot of taping. This cake board is going to be the exact size as the bottom tier of the cake. You can see I'll use it sort of as a guide to scrape away the excess frosting. I have these 2 layers of what looks sort of like burnt vanilla cakes. They're not burnt, they're just cinnamon. And the bottom tier is gonna be a cinnamon flavor. The middle tier is funfetti, and there's different flavors on different tiers, which is another fun thing about tiered cakes. You can do all sorts of flavors. So I need to make sure that when I lay these cakes down, I have enough room for frosting on the edges. So I have to trim this puppy down, get some of the cake off so I can add frosting and not go over my template. Here I have some cinnamon Swiss meringue buttercream. It's really delicious if I do say so myself. I'm gonna take a little blob and put it down on our cake board. Then I'm gonna put down the cake right on top of that. Now we have to stack and frost this cake with some luscious Swiss meringue buttercream. Now you may be wondering how I react to mean comments. When I first started getting them, they really hurt my feelings, and I would cry and cry and cry. Now I'm more immune to them, so they don't bother me as much. And honestly, some of them are really clever and make me laugh. All right, we are putting the second layer of cake on, and I flip the cake upside down so that we have a sharper top. Get down to its level to make sure it's pretty even. Now I'm going to crumb coat this, which is just the first layer. If you're new here, a crumb coat is where you give it like sort of a rough first layer to lock in the crumbs. Great, so I have given this a rough crumb coat. We're gonna pop it in the fridge. You know what that means. Our first chill break. Come on, I'm trying to chill. Chill break, it's a chill break. Chill break, yeah. Oh man, that song slaps. Okay, so for today's chill break, I'm going to just go ahead and read some of the mean comments I've gotten. You remind me of an off-brand Lin-Manuel Miranda. Okay, I get this a lot, right? I've never got this until recently, but people think I look like Lin-Manuel Miranda. Let's welcome him to the show. Lin, come on in here. What if you're there? No, he's not, but can't we do this? Okay, so I may not have written Hamilton, but I did write Garfinkel Dramamine, which I hear is a song of the summer. Garfinkel Dramamine, when I'm seasick, he goes into me. And Chill Break, the hit song Chill Break. Chill Break, it's a chill break. So Jonny was not able to handle the criticism, so I will take over the reading of the mean tweets. I don't know why I do this. I don't know why I do this. Imagine how tired we are. No, actually, Bowbread, I completely agree. The Is It Cake meme, we get it. We've been there. Imagine how tired I am, Bowbread. Y'all, as talented as you are, you disgust me the way you're eating. Lo, I agree. No, Lo's a good name for this character, actually. Hi there, my name's Lolo. She runs a dog groomer in the South. No, Lo, I do agree with you. I do eat disgusting on the internet. All right, haters, chill break over. We're gonna do another coat. So we're gonna make this cake sort of pitch black. So that's the next coat of frosting. This is not gonna probably be the final coat. We'll see, it might be. How did I make black buttercream, you ask? Not just with a bunch of food dye. I actually made it with black cocoa, which is the same thing they make Oreos with. So this is an offset spatula, and basically what it does is it goes flush to the cake on sort of a 45-degree angle, and as I spin, it's gonna scrape off the excess buttercream. So as I'm scraping this, I'm looking for patches where there's maybe not enough buttercream. All I have to do is fill in with a little more buttercream and scrape it off again. Buttercream, buttercream, it's my dream to live in buttercream. Land, land, buttercream land. Everybody's there, but they're also gay. Off-brand Lin-Manuel Miranda? Are you kidding me? You think Lin-Manuel Miranda could have written Buttercream? And if he could, why didn't he? That would have been a great song in Hamilton. It would have happened right as he was getting shot. Right as Hamilton is getting shot, he goes, it's okay, it's my time. I'll meet you in buttercream. He says to his wife, I'll meet you in buttercream land, and that's like heaven. And he goes, buttercream land. Great, so this is looking pretty smooth. You'll see this lip, sort of the crown of the cake. I'm gonna leave that because I'm gonna trim it off later to get a really sharp top. But keep in mind, we're plastering this cake with mean comments. So it doesn't need to look perfect. If this was like a wedding cake that was just like a bare cake, I may go through and like work it out a little bit more, but I'm happy with this for now. So I'm gonna chill it and let it set up. So now that I chilled this cake, I'm just gonna go through and remove the little crown on top. Great, so I've finished the first tier, which is 8 inches. I'm going to make a 6-inch and a 4-inch tier, but I'm not gonna bore you with that. You've already seen me do it. So let's try this. Whoa! Magic. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to work on the mean comments portion of this cake. I'm gonna take each mean comment that I printed out on edible paper and add a little bit of piping gel to the back of it. Then I'm going to apply that to a layer of pretty thick fondant. I'm gonna let that chill for a second and then use an X-Acto knife to cut each and every comment out of their fondant backing. Okay, so next we have to add a little bit of support in our cake to be able to hold up the next tier ahead of it. So I'm using these boba straws and I'm going to put them around like sort of the center of this cake to act like if I were to just put a cake directly on top of this cake, it would collapse under the weight. So we're using these. So I measured one to the top of the cake and that's gonna be my guide for the rest. I'm gonna cut 6 to the exact same length. So now I'm gonna stick all 6 of these little supports into the cake. Great, so now I just have to put down a little bit of buttercream for the next layer to kind of stick to. So I've cut 4 more for the top tier and I'm gonna insert them the same way I did the other tier. Good rule of thumb is to have as many support beams as inches in the cake that's gonna rest on it. The good thing about working with cold cake layers is you can kind of handle them without getting fingerprints. So now I'm gonna pipe a border around all the layers of the cake so that it hides the ugly seams. There you have it, a Wednesday Addams wedding cake. JK, but I mean, it could be, but we're gonna keep going. All right, all we have to do now is put the hate comments on. My favorite part, get a life. Queer, cheater, I feel uncomfortable. Stop that. Sometimes I miss my ex, then I remember he makes cakes that look like Crocs for a living. My brother thinks you is gay. I feel uncomfortable. Why do you look like a Lin-Manuel Miranda drag act? This guy is gay and a huge show-off and thinks he is better than everyone. Every day we stray further from God's light. You suck. Me. There you have it, a mean comments cake. Let me know in the comments of this what your favorite mean comment is. That's pretty meta. And leave a mean comment while you're at it. That would be fun. All right, I'm gonna cut the cake and eat my feelings. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. That's good, hateful cake.